I'm William McCulley with McCulley & Associates, and we've been working off and on over the last several years on a statewide Kansas commercial sales base. This is a prototype. We wanted to get an idea and get some feedback from you. And so we made a little short video. This is not the completed product, but it is a prototype. We'll give you an idea of what the program is capable of. In this particular program, we only have about 100 or so sales, but it should give you an idea of what we should be able to do. The Kansas Commercial Sales Program is basically tied to several functions: search, print, produce summary reports, export that data to Excel for your own analysis, and that's basically it. The information is gathered through CRS reports from each county, and then PRCs produced based upon that report. We're just going to dive right into this. What we're going to talk about first is the search functions. Your basic search gives you the most ability and the broadest capability of searching. Before you do anything with this program, the best thing to do is to always clear the print selections prior to a new search. If you were in here the last time, you may have left some selections already in the system, so this gives you a chance to clear that out. So just hit that. No message, just takes care of it. Alright, we'll go to basic search, and you'll notice the form has two sections. One is a basic form. To the right, you'll see all the records tied to that form, and with the scroll bar, you can go over here and see all the data that's contained. That bar will move as you select items on the form, and you'll see that happen as we go about this. Right now there are just 123 records in the form. And let's, for example, decide we want to limit our search to a handful of counties. You simply click into the field you want to search by. In this case, we'll search by county name. And all your search is keyed right here to this filter. So we'll click on the filter. We'll click filter again. You'll notice all the counties in the database are listed here. We'll unselect everything, and we're going to pick our counties. Let's pick a few that are close together. We'll get Barber, Clark, Comanche, and Meade County, for example. Okay. You'll notice our database is now limited to 53 sales. And now let's say we want to limit our search to properties used for a specific purpose. So we'll click on the Used As field, filter, open that filter, and here are all the acceptable uses. We'll unselect, and we will go to, for example, maybe bar lounge, and small town we'll look at maybe an office building, restaurant, retail. So we'll click on those four things. We'll hit OK. There's 25 records within those four counties that match that criteria. You can search on any of these functions, including sale date, sale price, economic code, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. You can even search off of area, construction type, year built ranges, price per square foot. So we'll go do a quick filter search on that. It lists all those. So we don't want to do a filter. What we want to do is a select. So we'll look at price per square foot between, let's say, $3. Actually, you'll need to put the dollar sign in. And let's say $12. And that limits our search to these 8 properties. For our purposes right here, we'll stop, but you can limit that even further. And you can move your scroller over, and you can select by clicking any or all of these, or you can select here individually. Thus, for our purposes, we're going to print forms and maybe a summary report off of this. So we'll just click all of those. And remember, you can also click here. I'll give you an example of that, and we'll click here. And you see that that shows up. We've selected our sales, so we're going to close the form, and we're going to print those forms. And they pop up here. You can print. Notice we'll just scroll through here quickly and show a few of them. The form has some blank space at the bottom where you can write notes, attach, make a drawing, whatever you choose to do there. You can also produce a summary report of those sales simply by clicking Summary Report by Print Select once you select it. The summary report breaks those down into different uses. Not particularly useful here, but it could be for other purposes. And that summary report can be printed by simply right-clicking the tab, hitting Print Preview, and then printing as you see fit. And we're going to clear that search. You can search by county. You can search by region, Southwest, Southeast, South Central, Northwest, etc. You can also search by economic code, which we'll talk about a little bit further. If you've already done some search, you want to go back, you can find an individual sale. You can type in the county number and the COV number, and that individual sale will pop up. We're going to do a search by county now. You can search by up to 3 counties. We're going to search for Clark County. So we'll type in 013, which is Clark County's number. And if you want to search for more counties, you can, again, add up to 3. We're just going to search for Clark. So we're just going to hit OK. And there's 6 sales in Clark County. Now, I'm going to show you some other things that are available here. If you want to see the PRC associated with this particular sale, we're going to hit the PRC link. You have to have an online connection, obviously, for this to work. And here's your PRC for that particular property. In many cases, counties have pictures attached to that PRC, so you can get an idea of the image. And you can print that PRC at the bottom by taking the print option. Another thing you can do, on 99% of the properties this will be available, and that is a Google map. Simply click the Google link. We're getting an error message there. And it brings up the Google map image and location of that particular property. You can move around on that a bit. And you can actually see a map of property. If, for example, you choose to look at in this way. Now, most computers, or modern Windows computers, have a clip image function. And so if you want a copy of this map, simply take your clip image function and take the area you want an image of, save it, print it, etc. I don't want to save this, so we'll close that. Alright, we will now close the form. Let's say you're working in your county and you want to get a summary of all the sales in your county. We'll simply take the county option. Let's do Seward County this time, which is 088. And it gives you a summary report of all the sales in the database for Seward County. Breaks this down by different usage. Gives you the price per square foot, price per unit, which may be applicable, it may not be. So you'll have that handy and available to you if you need it. Again, you can print it by taking the print preview option. You can do a summary report based upon the items you selected. You can do a summary report by county, by region, or by economic code. We'll do a quick discussion of the economic code. An economic code is a system that we have put in place based upon the community size and its population, based upon whether it is a county seat or not, and based upon whether it has a Walmart, which indicates some trade market. We may update that at some point, but right now that's what we're using. Codes are available for review in this section, so if you want to get an idea of what that economic code is, this explains how it's done, and then you can go through here and find a particular city and see what its economic code is. That's done alphabetically and by code. We also list all the built as, used as codes. These are acceptable codes to enter into those fields and to search by. These are tied back to the old CAMA structure codes. And then we also have a list of counties and regions so that you know what region you're looking at, what county, what region a particular county is in. All of these can be printed. We'll also attach a manual link here when it's completed, plus a link to this video or a similar video for first-time users. One other option here is if you are an Access user and familiar with Access, you can actually do an advanced search and build your own search query to select records. We won't go into that at this point. And the other function here is you can actually export data to Excel, where you can then manipulate it, do calculations, delete data that you don't want to use or fields you don't want to use without affecting the database. We'll give you a quick example of that. Is we'll do a export by region. We want to see all the sales in Southwest Kansas, for example. We'll click that export. We'll type in Southwest. Click OK. If you don't want a second region, you can select up to 2. And it pulls all those sales, tells you it's going to create a file as an Excel file, and you store it wherever you choose to on your computer. I'm going to replace the existing one, and now that file is available. Just a quick example, we'll go back in here and open that up. I want to do a little bit of formatting, make that a little bit more readable. And you can now go in here and let's say you really don't care about the county code. You can delete that without affecting the database. If you don't want to add hot text here, you can delete that, etc. You can also do your own calculations off of particular fields. Do your own analysis, make charts, whatever you choose to do. Alright, we're going to close that. And that is basically how the program works. We've got a few additions to make, a few design changes to make, but wanted to give you an idea of what will be available. We will be very dependent upon participation by a large number of counties, so we hope that's something that you feel is worthwhile, and we'll be contacting you later on. Thanks again for listening. If you need to get in contact with me, just email me at william@mcculleygroup.com. And thanks again for watching.